You know, there's a special feeling you get when you're in a place of your childhood. The food tastes better, the air smells sweeter, the faces are friendlier, and your troubles just seem to disappear. When I think about my little hometown of Bridgeport, Texas, this is a feeling I get, and it just can't be matched. There's truly no place like home, and that's coming from a Texan.
Drive across Texas.
Hey folks, welcome back to my hometown edition of Drive Across Texas. I'm Pat Waters. We're at Blessed Brew here in downtown Bridgeport today, talking with Sally Hall of the Book Nook.
Yes, sir. Hi. Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good. Really good.
Now, let me ask you a question. I mean, the Book Nook, you know, I took a logics class at the University of North Texas, so you handle books.
Yes, I handle books.
Sally, it's a pleasure to see you.
Thank you, Pat.
If you don't
Nice to
mind,
meet you.
tell the viewers about how you got to Bridgeport and about your vision and your business, the Book Nook.
Sure. So my husband and I, we lived in Fort Worth, and we moved here about 2 years ago because his family moved out here, and we wanted our kids to grow up around cousins and family. And we actually found a great piece of land and thought, this is it. This is where we can build our house and build our family. So we've been here almost 2 years, and the community is like nothing else we've ever lived in. And we loved Fort Worth. Fort Worth was great. But here, people really know us, know our names, know our kids. And you just constantly run into people you know, and it's not just small talk and small chat. It's real conversations and real relationships.
I will tell you, you know, being fifth generation from Bridgeport, that we got some pretty good people in this town. Not pointing at anybody, but anyway, go ahead.
So, I mean, that's it. That's how we got here. And have not regretted it one day. It's been wonderful. Big change of life, but a good change of life.
That's awesome. You know, it's all about community here in Bridgeport. Like I said, we're very focused on our community and the people that live in this town. You know, we want to help them and we want everybody to have nice lives. So that's one of the things you get when you do come to Bridgeport.
And that's been true. We found out that people really live that here. They really live community and relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. So your bookstore started with one shelf, you were telling me.
It started with one shelf. So the only thing that was lacking that I really missed from living in the city was bookstores. I really missed going into a bookstore on the weekend with my kids. I've been a freelance writer for about 18 years, and I homeschool. I'm an avid reader. My kids are avid readers. And I missed being able to just walk into a half-price books or anything, even a Barnes & Noble, and just stroll and look at books. My husband and I, our dates were going to Barnes & Noble and looking at Where's Waldo books together and finding Waldo first.
That's awesome.
So we're big, our whole family is big readers. And it was a bit of a book desert here. There's some books, you know, here and there at thrift stores. We've got great thrift stores here. But it's hit and miss for books. So I was complaining yet again one day about having no bookstore, and I think my friend was tired of hearing me complain and basically just said, oh, just start a bookstore. And I thought, right, start a bookstore because it's so easy to just start a bookstore.
Yeah.
And then that night I just kept thinking about it, and I thought, well, what if I thought outside the box and I changed from a traditional bookstore and did what I could here in the space that I could? I might be able to actually open a bookstore. And then I started to think, well, where could I put it? And then I thought, man, coffee and books, they just go hand in hand. And I already had started becoming friends with Jocelyn and Dave when they were at their old location. So I walked in and talked to her, and I was very nervous because I thought I was being very presumptuous. And I just told her my idea, and she looked at me and said, hold on a second. And she went and got a piece of paper, and she had written a list on this paper of things that she wanted to have in their new location, and one of them was a bookstore.
Godsend.
It was just a total God thing. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
And that's when I started to realize this could actually happen. So my husband, God bless him because he's so busy and I constantly throw projects at him, found just a bunch of scrap wood in our garage, and he built a beautiful bookshelf for me. And that's how it started. And then I kind of started to creep my books out little by little and take over the coffee shop, and I've expanded quite a bit. I try to keep about 100 books in stock at a time. And I do nonfiction, fiction, children's, all of it. And now, next month, we're knocking out this wall and we're expanding into a full-on bookstore.
So basically, your business plan is, folks, if you want to have a bookstore, it's really easy. You go into your local coffee shop and you put one shelf of books.
Yes.
And then when it grows into several shelves in a credenza, then you know that it's time to knock a wall out and build a permanent footprint.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's simple, folks. I mean,
That doesn't sound selfish at all.
No.
It was one of those, as it grew, so did the people who came in. And it just started out as a little shelf with probably about, 20 books. And I kept packing those books. And people just kept coming. The more books we had, and now we have a monthly book club.
That's amazing.
And we're having authors come and speak. We have an actual community of readers that have kind of come out of the woodwork as we've built the bookstore. And it's a micro bookstore, which is something that I hadn't heard of before. But again, I was thinking outside the box, and it works for our town.
What I've known, and what I've learned from several generations of being here in Bridgeport is that Bridgeport's very supportive. We're very community-based.
Yes.
And, my granddad used to tell me, if you have something that you're passionate about, you'll never work a day in your life. And you always need to surround yourself with good people, and good things will happen. And that seems to be, just on the outside looking in, what you've done. This is a great community, a great opportunity for people to come down here and drink some wonderful coffee, read some great books, and get some fellowship.
Yeah, well, the fellowship is one of my favorite parts of my job, because like you said, I don't really feel like it's working. My favorite part is recommending books to people, talking to them, seeing what it is that they like, and maybe having them think outside the box of the authors they've read before, introduce them to new authors, introduce them to new genres. And my other favorite part is thrifting for books and searching for books and being a book dealer. That has been so fun. It's like a dream come true.
Well, that's great. I am so happy for you that your micro bookstore's taken off and it continues to expand. I know that you're in great company here at Blessed Brew.
Yes.
I wish y'all nothing but success here in Bridgeport. As a Bridgeport person that's been here several generations, thank you for opening this cool venue.
Thank you, Pat. I appreciate it. And I expect to see you guys in here.
Well, we dang sure come down here and get a cup of coffee and let you read to me anyway.
Thanks, Pat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Sally Hall, the Book Nook in Blessed Brew in the historical downtown Bridgeport, Texas, my hometown. Y'all remember, folks, that baby's coming from the Texan. Adios.